What is up, everybody, and welcome to the channel. This is the first episode we are going to be posting on this channel, and I think it's going to be a fun one and a very important one to bat. And what this channel is basically about is, in the name, you can see that it's going to be all about guides, tips and tricks, and how to get certain stands, how to use them, and just a basic guide channel if you haven't seen the Trello yet. Speaking of the Trello, I will leave a link in the description if you guys want to see that. It has basically everything to know on the game. And anyway, let's get started. To start, these are my friends, Zetsumi and Geki. Say hi.
What? Hi.
Hello.
And the first few stands that you would use for grinding mainly is Gold Experience, which Geki has. Then you have 6 Pistols, which I have. And then Magician's Red Requiem, which is going to be pretty much the final farming stand you acquire. Now, to start off, we will go over the best ways to use Gold Experience. So, let's go ahead and head over to Morio, which is the second to last area in the game. Alright, so around this time in the game, you're around level 275, and you have gotten up to the level where you can get this quest, the City Criminals. So, you see Okuyasu over here sitting on a bench. You talk to him, and he will give you 1,650 cash for completing the quest. Now, Geki, let's show them how to use Gold Experience to farm efficiently. So what you would do is you'd single punch all of the NPCs in the area, and then once you have them all in a bunch, you would use the snake attack, which is bound to E and is unlocked at level, or stand mastery 40.
40.
And so once you use the snake, it'll drop down, and it will slowly attack all of the enemies. And what you can do is you can either normal punch them right there, or what you can do is jump on top of the enemies and just let the snake deal all of the damage. This is the most efficient way to use Gold Experience, and pretty much the best early stand to farm early on, especially if you want to level up very quick. We're not going to go over the earlier areas, because those areas are mainly just for leveling up and getting better stands in the game, especially if you get lucky with Gold Experience. The next stand we'll be going over is 6 Pistols, which is one of my favorite stands that was released in Update 8, and is one of the best PvP stands as of the recording of this video. We'll go over the best spots for them right now. Alright, so we've made it to 6 Pistols, which is a epic stand, which is right under the rarity of the world. And how you get it is just from a regular arrow, just like many of the other stands like Gold Experience. And the best way to use this weapon, or this stand in particular, is you see these criminal masters down here. You can pick up the quest from Josuke, who is just over there. And what you would do is that you'd pick up the quest, and then you'd stand right here and use 6 Pistols to shoot the criminal masters where you're safe. When you're on this wall, you will not take any damage whatsoever, so it's a very safe place to use it. And since it's a ranged stand, you can shoot pretty much every NPC that's here. This is also one of the best ways to grind in the game, as this is the second to best area you can grind, apart from Italy. Another thing you can do is if you use the deadly shot, it'll take as many NPCs in the area as possible, and it'll bounce from one enemy to the other, so you don't even have to really aim if you use the deadly shot, especially if you use the reflective ability right here, which enters a state where it's basically aimbot. So that's pretty much it for Sex Pistols. You can use Sex Pistols pretty much anywhere in the game, as long as there's a decent amount of enemies around. Now we'll move on to the final stand, Magician's Red Requiem. Alright, so we've made it to Italy, which is the final place that you're able to grind in the game, as of the recording of this video. And this is home to the best place where Magician's Red Requiem can farm. Now that's my friend Zetsumi over here, who is so kind as to show us how this farming spot works. Once you've acquired all of the moves for Magician's Red Requiem, there is a specific move called Blaze, which is a very wide AoE fire attack that can attack many enemies at once and is pretty much guaranteed to kill. So, as Zetsumi is about to show us, it can kill every single one of these gangsters, and it will allow us to farm for massive amounts of points and cash. Go ahead and do it, Zetsumi. As you can see there, every single gangster falls. Now, this is one of, if not the best farming places in all of the game, because each gangster gives a significant amount of cash and points. And since you're able to hit all of them at once, it's very fast, especially if you have Magician's Red Requiem. Now, this is not the only place you can use Magician's Red Requiem for it to be efficient. It's a very versatile stand, and it can be used in a variety of places. But we can't list them all in this video alone, so just go out and experiment with where you can use Magician's Red Requiem to the fullest. Now, there may have been things we have missed, so right after this, we will discuss the places and techniques that were also very useful in terms of grinding. We will get to that right now.
Alright, so first of all, the Sex Pistols drop percent is 4%, so it's not the easiest to get. And if you go into the shop, you can't buy it because it's just came out. Same with Magician's Red, but in a couple of days, the guide will come out.
Alright, so we've made it back to Morio, and my friend Zetsumi is going to tell us about one last thing you can do with Magician's Red Requiem before we go.
With Magician's Red Requiem, you need 120 mastery for the last skill, so you might not have it for like later on. So you can hit all these criminal masters. Then you just have to run back to the wall. Hop on top of the wall. Use your second ability, which is Flaming Rain, which shoots fireballs into the sky and automatically tracks onto the nearest opponents. And that will be pretty easily used to farm the criminal masters. And you can use it in other areas where you can hop onto high ground.
Yes. Areas with high ground are very useful when grinding, because you know how when you die you have to run all the way back to your grinding spot and it takes too much time. So, rather play safe than have to spend more time. So anyway, I think that's all we need to cover for this video. Thank you for watching until the end, and we'll see you all next time.